there fellow travelers, Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're in New York City, and today we're going to answer a question from Terrence. And Terrence asks, Wolters World, where was the most friendly place you traveled to, and where was the least friendliest place you traveled to? And I'll be honest, we've traveled all over the world, and people have been friendly everywhere we went. I mean, New York, which has a reputation for not being friendly, we've met some really friendly locals when we've been here, so I want to preface that. There's no least friendly, most friendly, there's friendly people everywhere. But two places that really touched my heart, that really made me feel the friendliness and love, that when we traveled around the world, one is Rwanda. When we went to Rwanda, the people were so friendly, and we got to go out and meet the people, and so few tourists actually go out and meet the locals in Rwanda. They were just so friendly and happy that we were there to explore their country and learn about their culture. We got to meet them, we got to learn about the history and the good and the bad. Our kids were playing soccer with the local kids. It was just a fantastic experience, and they were so friendly, and that's why Rwanda, for me, special place in my heart from their friendliness. Another place is Italy, and I literally learned Italian because the nonnas, the grandmas, were so friendly to us when we would go to Italy, and they were so nice. I'm like, I gotta speak Italian, I gotta learn it, because they're just so nice, because even if you didn't speak Italian, they'd still talk to you, they'd still be nice to you and friendly with you and point you the right direction and get you the right food and take your baby from you so you can eat and not have to worry about holding the baby while you're scooping up the fantastic food. So those are two places that the friendliness really came through and really impacted me. And if we look at the least friendly place we traveled to, I think if I look at it, probably with our kids, we were traveling with our kids. We traveled to Switzerland with our kids when they were little. That was probably the least friendly experience I had traveling, because the Swiss seem to be really, I'm not saying they're anti-kid, they're fine with kids, but it was just weird. Like the locations we went to, from restaurants to museums, were really we went to one museum where they literally followed my son around with my wife was with him, holding his hand, and the docent was following him around to make sure he didn't touch anything. I'm like, he's a big Picasso fan, he enjoys this. And it was just really, it left a bad taste in my mouth, so that was the least friendly with kids. I think the least friendly place I've taken students to in other places has gotta be Denmark. And I don't mean it in terms of the Danes are mean, because the Danes aren't mean. The thing is, they get rated as one of the happiest countries in the world. So Mark, how could they be one of the least friendly? Well, because the Danes don't care about you. You are not a part of their life. You're a tourist. You're here for 3 days in Copenhagen and you're gonna leave. Why should I talk to you on the subway? Why should I help you do something? Why should I engage in conversation? I'm Danish, I hang out with my Danish friends. Bye-bye. And they don't mean it in a bad way. We don't care. And that way it's unfriendly. Not that it's mean or anything, that's just the way the Danes are. And I'd go back tomorrow, because I actually love going to Denmark, because it's beautiful, and oh my God, the bakery's there. There's a reason why we all are happy when your mom used to get Danishes for breakfast when you were a kid, right? So I hope Terrence has answered your questions from my experience with the friendliest and not as friendliest places that we've traveled to. And I'll say bye from here in New York City, which I actually find rather friendly, especially for a big city. But you gotta be a good tourist when you're here to see that friendliness. Bye from New York.